Karibuni kutoka break. Kipindi ni KTN Ladies Night na mimi ni host wenu Laura Mbatha. And big surprise for you. Twice is always better. Unaitwaga? Two is better than one. Tumemalizana na Ruby na sasa tumerudi na Ruby mwingine. And this Ruby is different kwa sababu huyu ni stylist, yeah? So, karibu sana Ruby. What's your second name by the way?
Amondi.
Amondi. Karibu sana. The other one was Ruby Nina, Ruby Amondi.
Yes.
Karibu sana Ladies Night.
Thank you.
And if you're just joining us for kutoka break, tumekuwa hapa kutoka 7:30 na tunatoka hapa 9:30. And of course, all this, hii mambo yote ni kuwa entertain nyinyi wenye mko home. But of course, pia tukiwa empower na tukiwa encourage because it matters women because we are the superior race. I'm joking, of course, we're all equal. But thank you so much for coming on to KTN Ladies Night. And when is stylist, yeah?
Yes.
First of all, to introduce, alafu niambie stylist ni nini?
Of course, I'm Ruby Amondi. Ruby Okidi, they know me as something else. Ruby Amondi is the designer stylist. I make my own clothes and I also make people clothes. And I also help them to dress. Yeah, so that's why I'm here.
So, wewe ni designer?
And a stylist, of
Na
course.
stylist.
Celebrity stylist.
Celebrity stylist, eh? Celebrity fundi. One day tutafika hapo watu watakubaliana ni fundi. Wewe ni fundi ama wewe ni designer tu?
I'm glad you know the difference. I'm a designer. I
think nimefanya hizi interview for quite some time.
Yes,
But
yes,
I
yes.
can see even from your outfit, very beautiful by the way.
Thank
Meaning
you.
say we're white and black and a bit of
And
this.
Ankara.
Yeah. Very, very beautiful. So, nini liku push towards styling, designing and that? Celebrity styling. Before sasa ufike kwa celebrities ulikuwa stylist ama ordinary kasi. So, what pushed you into that?
No, don't make me feel bad about it. I've always loved fashion. Yeah, and I'm glad today I'm going to talk about how to dress for functions and all that. I've always loved fashion and I felt so stifled because most careers stifle your creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted a career whereby I can express myself without being gossiped. By there, I'll give you the story. Let's go on.
I'm eager to listen. And one thing that nime notice na look yako, which is something I usually champion for, inside this nakuwaga na my natural hair, which I usually love to use, but siwezi maintain kila siku, inakuwaga very disorderly. And the Miss Universe from South Africa,
Yay!
big congrats, Zozi.
Zozi, yeah.
Zozi, alikuwa anatuambia how, when you look at how you see yourself. And I feel like
Yes.
that's the biggest message for me 2019 yote. And looking at you, I'm just so happy because I'm not opposed to wigs and whatnot. Najua ni protective hairstyles, especially for me, but I love seeing natural hair. And I love yours as well. So, umetuambia, mbona uli decide kwa stylist, but designing as well, which one ulianza first now? Designing or styling?
I'd say both because I used to feel uncomfortable. I'm someone who loves buying clothes and dressing up. The thing with buying clothes is that you can't determine what it looks like.
Yeah.
So that is the advantage I have as a designer and a stylist. I determine how I want an outfit to look like. Yes, and that is why I prefer people to start taking advantage of designers so that you can also determine what you want to look like. Because ukienda Gikomba, utatafuta utapata hiyo
close to you tunataka,
yes.
but see.
But unless you engage someone who can actually make you an outfit, sit down with you and understand your personality, you will never wear what you wanted to a T.
And umemention hiyo nikakumbuka kuna meme fulani yenye imekuwa ikitembea social media and it's like I'm not rich enough to dress how I want to dress. Like nakwaga smart but bado sijafika hiyo level. And that begs to the fact that kuwa na stylist ama kuchukua nguo ya designer, especially hapa sometimes, it's really pricey.
Yeah.
So what's your take on that?
It's pricey because we still have competition from Gikomba. Yeah, so that one client is paying for fabric, is paying for labor, is paying for what. But if people had embraced us, even people who are selling in Gikomba, and they actually buy from us to resell, it would be, of course, cheaper. So it's just pricey because let me say we still have competition. I'm not trying to make people ban going to Gikomba and all that. Yeah, but maybe people should.
It's also a prime part of our lives. If you can't afford certain things, let's move and go food, shelter, clothing, our three of the basic needs. But supporting your own is also important.
Yes.
And once in a while, jinunulie kitu unaenjoy kuva. Unajua si kwa sababu nimekuwa nikitafuta gym.
People should stop waiting for events.
Christmas,
ati niko na wedding nitakuja unishone. Like
every day should be a celebration.
Utangoja tu wedding yako ndio ushone. I'm like, watu wanajishukia this much. Like please, people, start dressing up. Don't wait. Kobe, rest in peace, just lost his life. So you don't know how much time you have. I mean, take advantage of the time that you have to do whatever. Life is too short to dress in boring outfits. Yeah.
True. And today I wasn't feeling my outfit and I feel guilty.
I feel this look. I feel it.
Thanks. So, as I was saying, moving forward, like what in styling? Let's move to styling.
Okay.
Every time, sometimes, like, especially people like us who are usually on TV, like, sometimes unajipata 3 days a week, 4 days a week. Friday unashindwa, next week navaa nini. So, when I joined, my friends walikuwa wananiambia, tafuta stylist. But, nguo si niko nazo. It's just me figuring out, when you say kesho nitavaa hii dress cut top, na wasi home wasi notice. Unajua, like, what is the purpose of a stylist?
A purpose of a stylist, first of all, you need to understand your style, your personality. People just buy outfits because they look good in it, but at times it doesn't really define who you are.
Yeah.
A stylist should be good enough to understand your personality. I understand who you are, I understand what you stand for, so it will be very easy to dress you. Like we've seen I don't want to say morphology, I don't know if it's the right word, of Kim Kardashian when she started, and eventually now she's defined her style. That is the work of a stylist. They eventually, nowadays when you look at someone, you can tell, okay, this is Kim's vibe.
Yeah.
It helps you get your vibe. Yeah, so that you don't just buy clothes because iko hapo na it's a sale time and it's cheap, and you know, you need to understand yourself.
So for instance, kama mimi naenda event, maybe some youth, there's music, there's all that, and I tell you, okay, I'm looking for an outfit for this. You would dress me according to that.
With your personality in mind. Because the thing with Kenyans, or the thing with women, is like we are in denial. I have this kind of body structure, but I want to insist on dressing like Kim Kardashian. And then you're going to post on Facebook what I ordered and what was delivered. People, these things don't come with the body. They don't come with the body. Stop harassing tailors. Yes. So I try making people come to terms that you're pear-shaped, you're apple-shaped, you're straight. You need to come to terms with, number one, your body structure, your skin tone, you know. Your face doesn't go with this kind of weave, you know. Women need to start engaging stylists to make them understand themselves. I will not even mention your hair. Your hair is amazing.
My producer usually comes here and anapiga picha na mwambia my head looks longer. So I don't know if it's the hair, nahitaji curls ama nini. What would you advise as a stylist? Because I have a fairly long face.
Actually, you can get away with anything. You have a very long face.
But sasa, when I'm taking pictures, taki ikae hivyo.
Why? It's your head.
Okay,
so these things start with accepting who you are and
no,
embracing.
I don't have a problem with my head. I'm saying sometimes easy nywele is over exaggerate.
Yes,
like,
yes.
The first thing you notice about me is I'm very tall.
You need to try bob cuts.
Bobs,
they accentuate your structure, but they make your head look a bit...
In a frame.
Yes.
All right,
bob cuts are actually going to work for you.
Yeah.
Though I'm trying so hard not to talk about your look on this show. You look amazing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You came even a professional Luna feeling hit home. But let's talk about you as a stylist. The three, or maybe, what are the top things you look at, like when you're deciding to style a client?
First of all, I mostly work with clients who are about to wed. I don't know why that is the time that people...
When you mesema watu wajipendi.
Yes, people love yourselves. That is when I actually start dealing with people, and unfortunately people come when they already have something in mind. They have something in mind and they come with ladies who also have something in mind, and you're dealing with 8 opinionated ladies who might not listen. But I also have a very strong personality. I will tell you the thing the way it is. This look will not
way to do a business.
Go well with you. This look, you'll embarrass yourselves. Because I'd rather lose a client than be posted on Facebook, this is what I ordered and this is what I did. I'd rather lose that client because it's my brand I'm trying to protect. So, ladies, I see so many things, especially when you're going to work. Someone has, is it 12-inch stilettos? They're struggling to walk, to work. They're walking like cripples.
Mention, and I was actually laughing about it today, Nico, because I had the same shoes today. I was shooting something different. Nime manage kutembea town na hizi viatu, but they're fairly comfortable. They have a chunky heel. and a platform.
Yes.
They're fairly comfortable, but unajua town. But the thing you're saying is on high heels. Why do we put ourselves through that as ladies?
I don't know why people. Isn't life too short to put yourself through pain? Why do people love pain?
Beauty is pain.
If you don't have a car, you can't afford an Uber, start with kitten heels. Until you're actually very comfortable in those heels, you can't walk around town like a cripple. You can't.
So now let's get into styling into detail. When you mesema, start with kitten heels. Unajua, there's the basic office wear, night wear, wedding,
yes.
but do you style people according to lifestyle?
It depends on what you want from me.
Because sasa kama mimi, I commute to work. I use public transport. Of course, I come here and maybe change. But now, someone who's expected to get into the office and, feet on the ground running. Unajua?
Yes.
So what would you advise them to style them? Like, minimum ni change? Okay, exactly. To change into office wear. But my lifestyle is like this. I commute. Natembea maybe like 1.5 kilometers before nifike stage. And then ndio nipande mat, which is not a problem.
1 kilometer? That is a lot. Or I don't know, maybe I don't know how long 1 kilometer is. That is a lot. Let's hope you're exaggerating. But first of all, invest in a Dio. Invest in a Dio, because of course when you're using public transport and you have to open the windows in the morning at 7 a.m., something is definitely wrong in that mat. People need to start embracing deodorants in Nairobi, because you see all that happening. And please also have them in your bag. And for someone who loves makeup like you might need some primer.
Yeah.
Because it can start to drizzle, and then you look like a guinea. Is it guinea fowl or guinea pig?
Both.
We need to have these survival tactics. You're walking 1 kilometer. Why would you have such 12-inch stilettos walking to the main road? Why? Please don't love pain. It's good to love fashion, but to some reasonable extent, now you're embracing pain to show people that you can be fashionable. That was me years ago, unfortunately. So I'm not standing in some high ground that I'm this perfectionist.
No, experience is the best teacher.
I have been there. I've been there. I embraced pain to my comfort. I used to freeze and shine. And there's some very nice fluffy jackets, very stylish fluffy jackets you can put on top of your dress.
Right, now you've mentioned that. Now let's get into the categories. Like someone who works in an office, what are the basic tips you give them for dressing up?
It starts with your kind of workplace. Like, for example, lawyers. I wanted to be a lawyer at some point, but now I don't regret, because the thing with the law is that they are very conservative. We have, let me say, they are business formal. Business formal, you have to embrace the dull colors, the grays and the blacks. Your outfit doesn't have to have prints, because in those kind of careers, like let me say law and finance, you want people to listen to you more than what you're wearing. So it's like a lawyer, the moment people start talking about what you've worn, it's like you failed. I don't know, it's like you failed. If people are talking about what you wore as a lawyer.
I absolutely understand what you're saying, because I was watching, I was on YouTube, and YouTube is just a whole other world. And Barack Obama once wore a light blue suit.
Yes.
And kila mtu alicomplain, apana, this suit just distracts from the whole message. So dull colors and
it's sad. It's sad, but it's sad for someone like me who I'm like a bird. I don't like being caged. I want to express myself. Those kind of careers might suffocate me, but to be honest, if you're in those kind of careers, you have to adhere to the kind of, the dress code that is required.
And in matters of hairstyle, maybe like in office,
it also has to be toned down. Neat cornrows.
So cornrows.
Your weave will definitely distract people in the court. So you have to be as toned down as possible. In those kind of careers, it's your personality that will sell you and what you have to send home. And unfortunately for women, we have to work twice as hard. The moment your outfit is way above the knees, it has to be like 2 finger inches above the knee. Isiende about 2 way. We are too sexualized. That is something we are still trying to fight as women. We are too sexualized to the point that when someone dresses too much at work, is always flashy, and she gets a promotion, people will start, yeah, you're right, she got a promotion, we know how. And this person actually worked hard. True. Just that she dresses in a way that people don't
find provocative.
Yes, and you also need to check with your human resource. That's what I advise someone who's working. check with your human resource, because there are some workplaces which actually allow you to dress in casual, you know, casual.
Smart casual.
Most NGOs, I think we are beyond this whole facade that we have to dress a certain way.
Yeah.
Just ask your HR what is acceptable. Jeans definitely isn't acceptable. Maybe on Fridays. But even if it's Fridays, I don't think we've reached the point where you should be wearing torn jeans to work and crop tops. I don't think we've reached that level. But check with your HR the limits. But now we just have these general rules. Don't over-accessorize. You know, I've gone to some offices where someone is explaining something and I can't stop looking at their nails. I can't stop looking at the nails. There is a ring on each finger. A ring on each finger. How? How? And there's a leader we have in this country, especially in Nairobi, let me just say. I'm not naming names, but we mostly know him from the way he dresses and all the bling he puts on. We don't really know what he does, because what you wear can actually distract.
On a rescue team.
Yes, what you wear can distract people from what you're actually doing. You know, so don't try too hard. Just make it neat cut, make it like you're not trying too hard.
Yeah.
There is a fives rule. Fives rule of jewelry for women. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fourth can be a watch. The fifth can be a ring. Let it not be more than 5 on your entire body. It should be more than 5. 1, 2, the earrings. The watch 3. 4, 5 somewhere. Don't let it be more than 5.
Kidogo nimepitisha, I think niko 7. But nimechezea hapo
Don't
kwa
try.
limit.
It looks like you're trying too hard. Yes.
But that is only for the formal, ama that is just a general rule?
That is a general rule.
Yeah, with any kind of dressing?
Yeah, just imagine
Unless
someone,
maybe you're performing with a performer or something like that.
until you've reached the Richard Branson kind of, we know Richard Branson, we know Bill Gates. They wear T-shirts to work. They've made it. But as long as you're still trying to climb the ladder, you have to adhere to those rules. Because people will say you're a slave queen, you know, especially for women, it's harder for us. Yes.
All that noted. So do these same rule applies, like maybe kama umeenda formal interview, would you tell people to dress as if you work in a law firm for formal interviews?
They say dress for the job you want, not the job you have. So that is the rule.
Yeah.
How do established lawyers dress? Yeah, you can't go looking all crooked and all that, and you expect to be taken seriously. It is very unfortunate that people judge us from how we look. I wish that could change, but that is how humans are. We can't really control that.
Walisema, we angalia roho, something like that. There's a funny
I wish people could do that, because there's a time that this kind of hair was not
acceptable, and it's such a shame.
How can
it's
my
beautiful hair. Why can this be me? Mnanikata me. It's a part of me, you know.
Yeah.
And for me, that I think was the worst thing for me. So even when I was transitioning, that is what I really wanted to embrace.
Yeah.
So that aside, we've talked about how to dress in an office, which is mostly the biggest thing. When we're talking about body shapes, for someone like me, like there are certain things I know I can't wear stripes that go downwards because it makes me look longer. Because I'm not very shapely, so I tend to look straight. So I've been told to wear the zile horizontal. What do you... Okay, let's start with the shapes that are there and how to dress them.
I don't know why I prefer we don't use you as an example.
I'm very comfortable with how I look.
Yeah,
and whatever,
okay.
you know?
You look amazing. You're a model. Did you model?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Well, first of all, be the best. I'm a body advocate. I'm a body advocate because people like body shaming people too much. You're either too fat or too slim. It's like people always have something to talk about. So number one, people should try and embrace what they look like. As long as you are in your fittest form. If this is your fittest form, you can't do anything to lose your weight or to add weight. You're actually fit. You do work out. Let nobody bother you. You know, we didn't choose. Some people are actually diabetic. Some people are going through some stuff. So we didn't choose to be what we look like. But if you're bigger, on the lower side, like most African women are, I'd say wearing strips which are horizontal, like you said, just makes you look bigger. You understand? And if you're busty, of course, you can't just wear a V-neck. It makes you... Actually, a V-neck can work or a round neck, but if it's a Chinese collar, your boobs look like they're actually way lower than they are. You know. If your pant line is showing or your undergarments are showing, your outfits are obviously too tight. Yeah, we shouldn't be seeing your undergarments at any point.
The seamless, like surely we are above this, above and beyond this age. But the one thing before we even move to other body shapes, there's a trend that's leopard print, cheetah
animal
print,
I love animal prints. I love them.
And you can find a formal shirt. Can you advocate, like maybe I have a suit and I work in an office job, would I be able to pass a cheetah print or a leopard print shirt in an office setup?
I have never thought of that. I have never thought of that. I don't know what you're trying to advocate for, because people still make a big deal out of animal prints, that we are trying to protect wildlife, and these are just outfits with those prints, not the real animal. Not the real. I don't know. I've never. Those are things you need to check with your HR. What are the limits?
You mentioned.
What are the limits? Because someone like me, I'd actually go. Everywhere I've worked, they know me. I've been gossiped in every single office I've worked. I've been gossiped for being too, all over the place. Yeah, it's when I'm trying to be, because I'm running now a counseling firm. It's when I'm trying to tone it down. But I'm someone who likes expressing herself. But the truth is, there are limits in an office setting. Yeah. And you've mentioned that different body types, different shapes. You've given us tips like the five rule, where you should not have. The 5 rule where you're not only supposed to have this. What other tips do you give, like maybe for guys that apply for guys? Yes, the men. Now, when you sit down, there is a way in which your pants will go higher, right? Your skin shouldn't show. So you're either wearing loafers with no socks, or you're wearing socks that actually are a reasonable length. You cannot just sit, your pants are going higher, and we can see your socks in Africa. They're either covering your skin well enough, or you're wearing loafers without the socks. You understand? Yes. Alafu guys, it is actually acceptable to wear pants that don't reach your ankle. It is actually very acceptable. It is not for immature people. I am advocating for it. They are very stylish. Wear them with loafers. They are very, very stylish. Yes, that length is okay. As long as it's not too long or too short, that length is very, very much okay. One thing I've also noticed, like a common trend, like especially when people started, watu wameanza kuvaa masuti Nairobi of late, there's venye wanafunga mashati hadi somewhere here. Ni number, like buttons ngapi watu wanafaa kuacha wazi, especially for ladies na pia guys? I've not seen that trend, so I don't know. Ile wamefungwa kama Trey Songs kwa music video. Trey Songs is so cute. Sawa wamefungwa shati hivyo. I'm biased. If ever six pack, I think I'll pass. I'm just biased. But kuna hiyo rule, like I usually understand buttons are madam, ziko side flanies, machali. So how many buttons, like kama uko na shati? Let me just give you the buttons for a shirt. Number 1, never unbutton the bottom buttons. Start unbuttoning from up. Never. Even if a suit either has 1 button, 2 buttons, or 3. If you have to unbutton, start with the first one, leave the 2 chini, or the first 2, leave the bottom one. Never unbutton the lower button. That is the rule for guys. For your suits, that is it. Now, about the shirts, I think I'll go for 2 or 3. Yes. For ladies. Really? Ladies, we have the bust. I don't know. I don't know what is. I'm just talking for guys. You can button 1, 2, or 3. But for ladies, of course, we have the bust. As long as it won't be too trashy. Yeah, I think it's just okay. We want to show some skin. I personally won't mind showing some skin. Yeah. So it just depends on how big your busts are. Top 5 tips then unapatianga watu when styling them. 1, I think you've mentioned, which is know your personality. Yes. Top 5 tips. There is a meme of a frog. It's just a frog. And someone says that is what a 40-year-old guy looks like when they wear skinny jeans. I don't know if... Let me just tell you the truth. There's nothing like dressing your age. Dress your personality, not your age. This whole age thing is just just social creations that people have to shame people Yeah, as long as you keep fit and look good, as long as you look good in it, just wear it. By the way, how old is Beckham, David Beckham? Because he wears those kind of things.
Yes, it does. Even those pants that you're saying.
Yes. Dress your body size and your personality. Forget this whole age thing that people are trying to embarrass other people with. That is why you'll find a lady who is just 25. Oh, let me not go there.
Tuko hapa Nairobi, but of course tunachukua break kiasi, but tunarudi right after this break. Usiende pahali, and please ambia mabishi zako pewa tune in.